My name is Chef Kate Symes, and what I'm going to talk you through today is a few side dishes for the holiday season, with the idea of elevating some of your standard starch and vegetable dishes in order to make them a bit more exciting so that they can be highlighted part of your meals. We want to make sure is that the balsamic is cold by the time we need it. So I'm just going to start with that right away. A tablespoon of olive oil, warm up a little bit, and then we're going to put 3 cloves of chopped garlic in there. And we're going to let that cook down at a nice low heat just to bring out that flavor. If it starts to brown a little bit then, we're going to add in our balsamic vinegar. We're going to add in about 200 milliliters, which is just less than a cup, into a nice warm pan. And I'm gonna bring that up to a simmer, and we're just gonna let that cook out for about 20 minutes. We're gonna put on our Brussels sprouts is some garlic croutons. So we love the garlic flavor. We are going to just take bread. So the idea is you just take whatever loaf of bread you have at home. You need about 2 pieces worth of bread. This is a ciabatta bun that I used at lunch today. And you're just gonna cut some fairly small croutons into a bowl. And we're gonna mix them with just a touch of salt, a little bit more of our garlic, chopped garlic, and another touch of olive oil. And then we're gonna stir those up, and we're gonna bake these in the oven for a couple minutes. So we got our little pile. We're gonna stick that in the oven for 5 minutes at 375 degrees. So for Brussels sprouts, all you need to do is you take your whole Brussels sprout, you're gonna cut the very end off and then cut them in half. Add a tablespoon of olive oil and a teaspoon of salt. Don't need a ton of oil, these are gonna crisp up really nicely without it. And then I'm going to pour it out onto a sheet pan. What that does is it just softens the potato all the way through. And there's 2 advantages. Your potatoes are gonna end up way bigger. So if you roast potatoes from raw, they're gonna shrink up. A lot of the moisture in the potato will evaporate, so they'll end up quite a bit smaller. I also personally, this is a texture thing for me. I love roasted potatoes that have already been slightly cooked. And the other thing we're gonna do in order to get nice, extra crispy is we're gonna smash our potatoes. And what that's gonna do is when we put them onto the tray, it just means we're gonna have a little bit more potato to crisp up. And so you wanna make sure that you only cook those potatoes for 10 minutes after they come to a simmer, or else you're gonna end up with mashed potatoes at this point. We are gonna do a spice rub on these potatoes. So I've made mine out of paprika, garlic powder, cumin, and thyme. That's what I have in my cupboard, and that's what I like. But if those aren't the spices that you have, this is a chance where you use any spice mix that you like. I'm just gonna drizzle a little bit of olive oil over these potatoes. Take this nice spice blend now and just season up our potatoes quite generously with it. Pull out our croutons, so nice crispy croutons here. Again, with just our little bit of bread ends, they're golden brown, they're nice and salty and garlicky, and they're gonna be delicious. So we have these beautiful baby carrots. These grow really, really well in Alberta. Almost all Alberta farmers grow some form of these really nice carrots. They're really sweet, they have wonderful flavor, and you really don't have to do a ton to them, which is why I love them. So same thing, we'll add about a teaspoon of olive oil there. We'll add a pinch of salt, and I'm also just gonna add a teaspoon of honey. Maple would work, as would a little bit of brown sugar. So we're gonna toss those up. And just to add a little bit of texture to our carrots, we're gonna add a little bit of diced red onion. So we're just gonna do a nice small dice of onion, and we'll just sprinkle that over our carrots before they go in the oven. So we're gonna finish everything off. We're gonna put all of these things in the oven right now. We're gonna put them in at 375 degrees. So they get crispy on both sides. A cup of yogurt. We're gonna take some nice fresh dill, and then we just chop it. Mix that with the yogurt. We are going to dice up a little bit of red onion again. And cumin is a flavor I love, but if you like coriander better or something like that, go for it. It's just a flavor I really like. And then I'm going to add a little bit of hot sauce. I'm gonna add a tablespoon of sambal because we like sambal. And then we're gonna add some fresh lemon juice. There's absolutely nothing wrong with buying lemon juice at the store either. Then you just mix it all together. So that's our one dip. We're gonna add about half a cup of mayonnaise to this. We'll go ahead and add our other half of our lemon for lemon juice. Just a nice rough chop of mint. Crumble some feta cheese into there. And then we will also add in some pomegranate. It's a really great Christmas fruit. Great color, good flavor. Okay, and we're just gonna mix that up. Half a teaspoon of olive oil and a nice big pinch of black pepper.